Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and welcome to your North Node overview reading for 2024. You should be watching this on my new channel that's associated with the main channel, Feminist Alchemist. This channel is called North Node Alchemy, and here is where you will find all North Node videos from me from this yearly reading to everything I am doing throughout the year. A quick note that all of my North Node readings from here on out until further notice will be timeless readings, and you'll be able to find them on this channel as well. So I'm recording one intro for all of the signs. Welcome if this is your first time to one of my readings, and welcome back if you are returning. The messages I got for 2024, they're all also reflected in how I've chosen to set up, or how I was guided rather, to set up the table, my area for this reading. And the message I got was that 2024 is going to be about living from your heart, a heart-led existence. And in some of us, this triggers some type of reaction of, oh, geez, I've heard that so many times before. And what does that really mean? And how is that a really practical way of living? But that idea will keep being repeated until we slow down and really define what that means for ourselves. What does it mean to lead from my heart space, to lead from my intuition? They say you are here for a purpose. You are who you are as you are for a purpose. And when things feel out of alignment with you, or feels like it's not a good fit for you, it's very likely because that's true. Society has taught us that strength is pushing through difficulties and discomfort. And this is partially true, but the universe adds, if you're going to exercise strength in this way, let it be in your consistent efforts to align with your authentic self, to expand, to express your soul through your physical vessel. So for that reason, I will introduce you to what is on the table. We have back in this corner, we have some clear quartz, which was put there for co-creation and manifestation power. Carnelian for the sacral chakra, creativity, enjoyment of life. We have some amethyst in this back corner here, which represent the violet flame, clearing away anything that impedes your connection to your higher self. And then right in the middle here, we have a rose quartz for self-love and dedication to self. And then I was guided to use the color white to represent a clean slate, blank canvas that we will be painting on through the year of 2024. And speaking of which, I was prompted to make my own 2024 sign to somehow infuse this reading with my own creativity because, this is what my intuition and my guides have shown me about 2024, painting onto this blank slate, writing on the wall, and that question of what, with this blank slate, what are you going to create in your life? And are you willing to use your strength in pursuit of your vision rather than using it to tolerate situations and relationships that don't support nor care about your growth, evolution, and well-being? So let's jump to a little animation now. I'm just going to quickly run through my spread for the North Node, which I've been using since I started doing these readings. So in the first location, we have the universal energies, those big energies that are at play for you to access at this time. Then we have in the second spot, your 5D energy, future self, higher self, In the third position, we have the 3D, what is going on in your physical reality that is showing up as opportunities for healing and expansion. And then in the fourth position, we ask, how can we bridge the 3D with the 5D? How can we bridge where we are to where our higher self is beckoning us to be? In the next position, the fifth position, this is like kind of a wild card position. I pick a topic for each reading. It could be past life, it could be karma, it could be quantum, multidimensionality, etc., etc. This time around, we're going to choose a card to represent the main theme of each season, of each each quarter of 2024. And then we have your final oracles in the middle. And that is that in a nutshell. I invite you now to stick around for your reading. I'm going to light these candles and get started. See you there. Enjoy. Hello, Sagittarius North Node. Welcome to your 2024 overview. So let's jump into your universal energies and see what overarching energies will be at play in your next calendar year. So I'll just get all four and then what is this? Okay. So we have Bull Guide, Boundless, Clarity, Fairies, and Nature. So what I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius North Node, is that in your new calendar year, there's going to be a strong wind behind your back, a strong force that's pushing you out of your comfort zone, pushing things forward, and pushing you to make changes. It's either pushing you because it is urgent, as in you've been sleeping on yourself, or pushing you in order to protect you. I'm hearing protect you from going down a path that will not serve you well. It'll take you on a long detour. So it's also the energy to enforce your will and desires into the physical realm. With Boundless and Clarity, I feel that you will have access to energies that I'm feeling radical change. I'm just feeling like super radical change and potential for radical change. In the big sea of possibility, you're going to see a clear way forward. It may not be the easiest way. As I said, I feel this pushing through discomfort. And in that, with the fairies, I feel your inner child energies, your inner child wisdom, and that essential spark of yourself being at the forefront, being heavily supported, so that you come back to your true nature. Why is this so urgent for, I keep wanting to say Taurus. I guess it's because of the bull energy. So there's definitely Taurus energy coming forward for me here. a big push to materializing things in your physical realm. Big push. Materializing that which you... It's very strange because I'm feeling that it's not even necessarily what you desire, it's what needs to be, which you may not be aware of it being better than what you desire. So let's see what your 5D self, future self, has to say on the topic. Discover your destiny. Dive into the details of your North Node placement with a free tip sheet or purchase your North Node workbook at feministalchemist.com. We have prosperity, romantic love, okay, it's just the bottom card, like geez, okay, tenderness, and another one, transparency, freedom, and the bottom again, consciousness. Anything else? Compassion. This feels like it could just keep going. And fourth chakra is on the bottom of the deck. And I kind of want that there too. And then again, because these are two decks shuffled together, the card underneath it is also the heart chakra. So yeah, I have never had a shuffle come out that way. Like this is, your bull guide is really pushing this reading forward as well in a more assertive way than I would usually shuffle. But I listen and experience the energy. So, prosperity. You have a lot of prosperity in front of you, ready for you. You're encouraged to keep your mindset on it and believe in it and seek it out. There's an energy of don't settle for less, and this is feeling in the romantic love as well. Don't settle for... I'm hearing don't tolerate bullying, and that may not mean that the counterpart, you give me the word counterpart, in question is not aligned with you, but there is something about this assertive energy in romantic love that you match it, but your assertiveness is tenderness. It's really interesting. So I feel that if you have hardened yourself because it seems that you keep encountering very strong personalities in your romantic relationships, if you are in a romantic relationship that your partner is going through something, a time when they're bringing their stresses home or trying to, the changes that they're going through is bringing out a prickly side, there is a call for you to match this with tenderness. And they want me to read the card. The energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. And I feel here that tenderness has always been a part of your nature, and that has kind of... Tenderness without boundaries gets you, they're saying, walked all over, right? And you're being encouraged to embrace your tender nature and your honest nature, being honest about what you want, being honest about who you are, and not hardening yourself, fitting yourself in a mold to be compatible with anybody. And once again, they for some reason want me to reiterate that does not mean that the counterpart is not for you. It simply means that you are just as your feelings, your desires, your nature, bringing your authentic self into your relationships. You have just as much right as the other person to exert your will and your needs into a relationship and exert your vibe. If you are tender and honest, you can't tolerate, half truths and a hardened heart, right? Freedom here the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. I feel here that there's this call from your higher self, your future self, to really allow for the expansion of your softness, your kindness. It's a weird, not weird, but I'm feeling a hardness and I'm feeling a softness. I'm feeling a softness navigating a very harsh environment, harsh relationships, harsh work environment, harsh living situation, but there's just this need for awareness that you are this kind soul who has been through a lot of crap, which has somehow molded or influenced the way that you walk through the world. And this is why coming back to your inner child is so important in 2024, because manifesting what you need for your security and for your comfort and being who you are to be in the world requires you to be tapped in to the stream. What words are they? The stream of love that comes through your heart chakra, the love that you are, for you in particular, Sagittarius North Node, because the words that came out for you, I think confusion, mixed up, conflicting desires, were words that came out for you in the meditation as I was shuffling. And I feel that in 2024, this connection to the gentler side of yourself is what will propel you forward and what will give you clarity in how you are to move forward. They want me to read more of these words. Okay, they gave me soup. How do you want it to taste? It takes time to make a soup. You have to let it simmer and do many taste tests. So this is this boundless in clarity, becoming clear about who you are and what you want, and or what environments, what relationships foster and support who you are. And anything that has been built that does not serve that, there is the need to have compassion for it. Not judging yourself, not judging others, just being aware of it. Just being aware of it. All right, at this point, it's just being aware of it. Let's see what's showing up in your physical reality in 2024 as opportunities for expansion. We have the Five of Cups. The Prince of Wands. Two of Cups in reverse. And this is the bottom card here. And the Hanged One. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck you have the Ten of Wands. Something is coming to an end for you in 2024. This can be a relationship that you know needs to end. It could be a romantic one. I'm saying that because of obviously romantic love is on the board here. And some of you will be processing very deep lessons that are based on past romantic relationships. So with the Five of Cups, I see in 2024 there to be perhaps some moments of feeling sorry for yourself because things did not go the way you anticipated them to go. However, there will be, of course, the call that these two cups behind you So I see you looking at past disappointments. I see a possible disappointment coming. And there will be a necessity to reflect on it, but there is also, we'll see what card comes out to clarify it, but I get this feeling of being able to leave the past in the past because your prosperity is in looking forward, but the prosperity is in also not repeating behaviors, mistakes of the past, which, as I said, was, masking, thinking that your softness is not a strength and trying to change that in order to fit into someone else's mold, or taking on that someone says you're too sensitive, or so on and so forth. But you're not, you're just more sensitive than them. And maybe they can take a lesson from you. So take that as it resonates. And I feel a strong tie between your romantic relationships and your financial situation, or I am feeling it as a financial situation, but your ability to experience success in all its forms, particularly prosperity. So some of you may be looking at what you invested in a relationship and not feel to cut it off because you have financial investment in it. But you may be forced to walk away, or the other person walks away, leaving you in a financial lurch. That's only for some of you, but it is coming through that way. For some of you, this is a job situation, but there's something tied to your career path and your work and your making of money that is affecting your love life. We'll see what the clarifier says in the next round of cards. The Prince of Wands. I feel in 2024 you're going to be exploring a new way of being, a new way of walking through the world. You will be thrust into situations, as the Bull Guide is so what's the word I'm looking for? As the Bull Guide is acting in your life, to just have a new way of navigating, and you'll be testing out ways of being that are more aligned with your true self, but you, once again, being pushed out of your comfort zone, so you're just going to have to try. You're just going to have to try, and you're going to see whether or not people, like, who is receptive, who is worthy, who is worth the effort, who can truly appreciate you. And I feel that you're also going to recognize which relationships really feel good to you and allow you to act in a way that feels very aligned with you. And because I feel in many situations you haven't been moving in that way, in a way that is truly aligned with you, that there's so many different ways that you can be. There's so many different ways that you can express your tenderness and your open heart, right? And you do have the freedom to choose how that is expressed, but it needs to be expressed. The Two of Cups in reverse, I feel, is the tenderness is going to be expressed to yourself first and foremost. I feel that situations will come into your life where you are just required to tend to your own garden, to tend to your own emotions, to tend to your own inner truth. And there'll be deep moments of self-discovery. And those deep moments of self-discovery may come through disappointment, which they often do. They don't have to, but our human collective at the moment, that is kind of our learning tool. We don't tend to change until we're uncomfortable. No one says, I'm so comfortable, let me change my life completely. No, it usually is born out of a feeling of discomfort, disappointment, not being happy with the way things are. Then we decide to go within and say, is this really feeling good to me? And we feel pushed from within to do something about it. And I feel those moments coming up for you in 2024 where you have no choice. Your spirit wants to come out in its most authentic expression. And this may mean that you need to pause and really reflect on who you want to be and how you want to be and who you are and who you've always been. And that may bring you into situations where you have to, showing the Ten of Wands here, that will bring some situations to an end because they are not built on your true expression. They're not built to support your true expression, or you've outgrown them. You've outgrown certain relationships and certain environments. Let's see how you can navigate the 3D to bridge with the 5D. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, reflecting on your own actions or inactions. We have the Devil. Okay. The Four of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Cups. Oh, you got the Six of Cups in the same position as your counterpart, or the Gemini. North Node got Six of Cups in the same position. And then you have the Nine of Cups at the bottom. Woohoo! All right, so the Ace of Wands in reverse is telling me that, once again, as I said, you're going to be reflecting on past disappointments and or a disappointment that is coming in 2024. And I believe that, the advice here to bridge the 3D and the 5D is to objectively see, I want to say, the role you played. That's the words they're giving me. But it's focus on the word objectively, meaning not blaming yourself, but seeing, when you ignored your intuition, when you ignored a sign, when you ignored someone showing you their true self and kept going based on what you hoped to be rather than what is actually in front of you. You're also being called here not to spring forward based on your emotions. There's a need for strategizing. This is the word they're giving me, a need for strategizing. And the reason why this need for strategizing is there is because you need to examine what is driving you. What is driving you and what has driven patterns in your relationships. I'm getting a strong sense of a romantic relationship that went sour early on in life, that hurt you very deeply, that you haven't fully recognized how it moves through you and how it affects how you move through the rest of your life and how you move through relationships. Like they gave me a feeling of someone who said something, who criticized you very deeply or said something very deeply hurtful that made you think there's something fundamentally wrong with your system, with how you're built, with how you function. And you believing that to be a core fault in you has made you approach relationships in a certain way and has made you, let's say, accept burdens that are not yours to accept, that you don't need to accept, that are not yours, right? Someone needs to hear that, you're not you can't heal everyone else, right? And their reaction to you is not necessarily for you to fix by changing yourself either. That's for someone specific. The Four of Swords in reverse. You're encouraged to get out and see new perspectives and be a part of the world. You need to be out because you need to get have the opportunity to see and experience reactions to your energy that you have not experienced before. So if you seek, you will find more positive reflections, especially if you're really being your true self. If you open your vulnerabilities. Again, they are out there. The people who will, surround you with positive reflections of yourself. And there's a need to believe that they are out there for sure. And there's a need to free yourself from preconceived notions of yourself not being, or preconceived notions of how people will react to you. I feel like I'm being very vague, but they assure me that this means something to somebody. The Six of Cups. You have some very strong guides that have been with you since birth, like we all do, but yours are really coming to the forefront right now because, there is a sense of urgency. I feel that if in 2024, I don't like to do like predictions of missed opportunities, and I don't feel it's a missed opportunity. As I said, the bull guide is here because if you stay somewhere or don't change the course now, you will take a long detour. You will come back to this moment. But it will be a longer way around. Resist romanticizing the past. And accept that your experiences have shaped you, but take hold of what that shape looks like and how that plays out. This is the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups. With all that knowledge of yourself now, with knowing more of your true nature, with seeing how you may have contorted that, suppressed that in order to get along in situations that don't have room for your softness. All of that, see, is this, this grown man and this grown doggy have been through stuff together, but they're still together, right? They're still bonded, right? And they want you to recognize that you're still bonded to this very sweet part of yourself. And that the harder elements, the tougher elements, can be used to your advantage without masking your softness. And this is something you need to define for yourself in 2024. How can I be strong and soft? This is also what I was looking at when I see this unicorn and also this lion. There's the unicorn, sweet, magical childhood innocence, and then the lion, very, earthly realm, dominant, strong, confident, right? Can you be the unicorn and the lion at the same time? Or can you allow them to coexist within you and work together for your advancement and expansion? The bull guide is here to help you do that, because I'm feeling a masculine energy there, so I'll say, he says it's time. Let's look at how your year is going to look quarter by quarter. We have in this corner January, February, March. Then we have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So I'll pull 4 cards, one for each quarter. January, February, March, you have hematite, ground yourself. April, May, June. This card comes out every reading. April, May, June, we have Lemurian quartz, practice patience. I think it's been in every sign I've done so far. July, August, September. July, August, September, we have Adventurin, create your own luck. October, November, December. Labradorite, see the magic. At the bottom of the deck, you have blue lace agate, find your calm. Okay, so January, February, March, ground yourself. It's going to be a fast, I feel the first 3 months of your life are going to go by, not of your life, of 2024, are going to go by very quickly. And this is going to be the first phase of you really anchoring into your own being, and use the natural world to help you do that, to help you connect with your inner child, to help you connect with your essence, to help you connect with the feeling of just being, that being is enough, that being yourself is enough, not being pulled by bullying tactics. Find spaces where you feel soft and at ease. but also strengthened. And they want me to be careful with using that word because they don't want strength to be something hard. They want strengthening of your connection to yourself and being strong enough, grounded enough not to waver from that. So even if you can entertain, let's say, alternate perspectives, be very sure of your nature, of your goodness. For some of you, your positivity, some people are taking you the wrong way. And they're taking you the wrong way to manipulate you into thinking that you're not as good of a person as you are. So, hematite, ground yourself. They're also saying trust that you don't have to be the bully to overcome a bully. You can let karma do its thing. Just stick with you, right? And that's where Lemurian quartz, practice patience. It's going to take a while for all of these. Once you ground and anchor yourself, your world around you, all the elements around you are going to start moving and shaping and shifting. The soup will be simmering. Back to the soup. The flavors will be permeating, right? You can't rush a good soup. Why do you... Yes. There's going to be opportunities coming up, options, and you will have to, understand yourself and see how those, don't rush to make a decision. See how they align with you. This is April, May, June. See how they align with you, and don't allow anyone to rush you to a decision either. And don't feel pressured to rush to a decision. If a situation warrants it, tap into the bull guide energy, and depending on how developed your spiritual practice is, your intuitive practice is, you will know when the universe is when your guides are pushing you forward and when they are calling you, trying to slow things down. Clarity, meditation, achieving clarity is going to be very important for the second quarter of your year, and tapping into your true desires and priorities, and also recognize that you can't please everybody that comes into your sphere. You definitely can't please them all at once. That came out in your pre-meditation. July, August, September, adventure and create your own luck. And this is green as well. So, and the heart chakra is a big theme in your reading today. So I recommend all of the crystals at some point, but this one stands out. I have a strong message of you connecting to elemental beings. If you used to believe in fairies and elves and gnomes, and or have been able to see them or communicate with them, use that to your advantage. I feel, Sagittarius North Node, that you have a very strong imaginative side that you can use to create prosperity for yourself. I feel you're going to have, after this month of clarity, or 3 months of clarity, in the next 3 months you will be able to pick and choose which ingredients suit you the best, and you'll be able to feel which ones have the most momentum and will bring you to the most satisfaction and the most prosperity. I'm getting I'm going to use the word strategic energy, but the word trickster is coming. And I have a feeling that you will need to be very crafty in July, August, and September. You're going to have to be crafty. You may have to make people believe that they're getting what they want or getting you how they want you. But really, you know what the outcome you desire is. Now, does this mean necessarily lying and tricking people? No, not necessarily. But it means if someone with bad or not so good intentions towards you is holding something or is in between you and something you want, I feel that you will be supported in navigating your relationship or your interaction with that person or with that situation. So I'm hearing you may need to call on trickster energy to assist you, because there needs to be some smoke and mirrors for you to be able to circumvent some roadblocks or some people who are trying to be roadblocks. They're showing me, for example, you want to move out, but you don't want the conflict or the drama, and some opportunity coming, like they're showing me someone winning a trip or needing to go on a business trip spontaneously, and you get to use that to your advantage to move. Like when they come back, you're gone. Your stuff is gone from the apartment. So take that as it resonates. It's a tricky energy there, but it's trickster in a way that works to your advantage with good intention and causing no harm. Labradorites see the magic. So October, November, December. I think this is when you're going to be able to sit back and really see what all of this alignment with your true self has produced in your life, the opportunities it's created. They're showing me that it will still be kind of an open book at the end of the year, the end of 2024, but you'll be seeing these glimmers. Like you'll start to see what has opened up for you, and then be able to see the magic that is within you and the magic in pursuing your life in this way where you are very true to who you are and demand that the world aligns to you. And this is what the bull guide is on your backside to do. And behind your backside, pushing you to do, pushing you into, don't make yourself small for other people's comfort. Don't deny who you are for other people's comfort. You are here to be who you are because that's who we need you to be. And once that happens, you'll start to see the magic, and the following, and then 2025, they're already pushing me into that year. Like, this year sets the tone for everything else. You coming into alignment with your authentic, true self, loving yourself, allowing yourself to be soft, to be sweet, to be kind, and that not be a negative, sets the tone for the rest. And I feel this is why the bull guide is here, because 2024 needs to be that. if you don't want to take the long ass way around. And we encourage you to not take the long ass way around, even though 2024 may push you beyond your comfort zone. So I have your final oracle. It's the grandmothers. Remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. So I'm just going to read from the guidebook for this one. The rose was here long before you and me, and long before humanity itself. She holds within her the rememberings of civilizations past, roots that reach back for millions of years and hold the codes of creation. They carry with them the songs of the ancient grandmothers of the earth. Can you hear their song? When this card appears in a spread, it's an invitation to reach all the way back, to go forward, to reach your roots deep, to soar high. The ancient grandmothers are calling for you to remember the wisdom of your ancestry long before colonialism severed so much that's sacred, before the rise and fall of empires and entire civilizations, all the way back to the origins of humanity. They're calling you to play your part in this time of healing, to heal and integrate what you've inherited in your ancestral line. It's not personal. These are changing healing times that we came here for, to reconnect and reach all the way back to the original mother, and to see our role as the ancestors of those who are yet to come, to remain grounded and rooted in your life so that no matter how rocky things get, you always know that you are home. And the transmission here, it says, I reach my roots all the way back to go forward. I call upon the sacred strength and support of my ancestors who did not forget to be with me now. I acknowledge the difficulties and what's coming up to be healed, and I do so for all who are yet to come. Ooh, you got a role to play, Sagittarius North Node. You got a role to play. And 2024 is your training ground, if you will, the preparation for that role. So Sagittarius North Node, I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you again, I hope. I wish you all the best for 2024, and until next time, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.